Albert Einstein is considered to be one of the smartest humans that had ever lived. So smart, in fact, scientists have studied his brain for years, and part of his brain is still on display at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia. So it's no question Albert Einstein was one of a kind, smarter than the average person. It is said he had an IQ of 160. So what if the whole world had the same IQ as Einstein, and everyone was just as smart as he was? What kind of different world would this be? Before we get into this genius of an idea, please be sure to subscribe, and if you like, please share. Let's get to it. To know what kind of world it would be if everyone had the IQ of Einstein, we first have to dive into what exactly Einstein himself was like. It is said that Albert Einstein was very creative. He was very imaginative. His ability to think up solutions to problems and questions were some of the most creative that have ever been. So if we were as smart as Einstein, no doubt our ability of creativity would be so phenomenal. So many people would be coming up with the solutions to the hardest problems that society faces. From how to solve pollution, to having less wars, to finding cures to the worst illnesses, to finding cures to a common cold. Einstein is said to have had a terrible memory. He couldn't remember important dates, where he put his keys, etc. So some of us may be doing the same thing. If we had a high IQ, like Einstein, we'd be late, losing keys, and so many other things. Actually, some of us still do this.
Milo, get the keys. Get them, find them. Get the keys. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Milo. Drop it.
Now that we have rolled out how Einstein was, and how many people in the world may also be, let's look at how this world would be. Pursuing careers that most interest us. We all have that one desire we wanted to do as a kid, right? Be an astronaut, a doctor, a musician, something, right? But as time went on, we saw things seemed a little hard to get into that field, as it required a massive amount of brain to even understand that career. Well, if we had a high IQ like Einstein, it would allow many to pursue activities and careers that most interest us. Not to say a person who isn't as smart as Einstein can't still do it. They would just need to find their own way, like many have.
You were smarter than me then, and you're smarter than me now, so don't blame me for how your life turned out. It's not my fault.
I don't blame you. It's not about you, you mathematical dick. It's a...
Being healthier. With a smarter IQ, many people would know how to be healthier, how to eat right, what to eat, and what is best for our bodies. Because people would have a better grasp of what behavior leads to certain attributes. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle and even more managing a chronic illness such as diabetes can be quite challenging. That's the sort of challenge intelligent people can meet, which if that is the case, that would mean a lot of cutbacks on doctors and nurses. Not too many cutbacks though. People would still need to go to the hospital if they got an injury or needed medicine. However, if people were actually learning how to be healthier, that would mean a lot less doctor visits.
Last night, like some sort of idiot, I had sex with this woman who I barely even know. I used a condom, but I'm really scared that I have an STD.
Peter, I'm a pediatrician. Have you noticed you're sitting on a fire truck?
Less social skills. Many people are natural on interacting with people. Some people have the gift of talking to everyone, and everyone liking that one individual, right?
But you got shot down by 23 women before you got that phone number.
Ain't no thing.
But with the world with high IQs, many people may not be so good with interacting and social skills. Although people like to blame social problems on human ignorance and stupidity, greater intelligence does not come hand in hand with a greater ability to cooperate. Most likely, it would be a world where everyone feels they know best due to how smart they are, and not willing to listen.
You are the dumbest smart person I have ever met in my life.
Why do I get the feeling that's already happening? But instead of people actually being smart, they think they are smart, and they think they have high intelligence, and they don't listen. Crime rates would go down. Many crimes that happen are caused by people who weren't really thinking about what to do after the crime, or weren't really thinking on how not to get caught. They just were thinking about the crime.
Oh, no. That ain't right. We look like bad guys. Incompetent bad guys. Freeze!
If people were as smart as Einstein, crime would go down drastically, as many people would know there is no reason to do the crime due to them being millionaires by solving the world's hunger problem, or by inventing the hoverboard.
Little girl, stop. Look, I need to borrow your hoverboard. Where is he? Here. There.
Or people would have thought the crime through knowing that they wouldn't be able to get away with the crime, so they wouldn't do the crime in the first place. It doesn't mean crime would still be happening. Crime most likely certainly would be happening, but it might be even harder to catch the criminals, as they are smarter on doing the crime as criminals would be doing, such as banking scams, cover-ups by pharmaceutical companies, might increase and even grow more sophisticated. On the other hand, so would crime fighting. The evil corporate villains would be smarter than ever, but so would the government, officials who were writing and enforcing the safety regulations. Who would win? Who knows? I guess whoever outsmarts the other.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Looking smarter. A study from Harvard University found a significant correlation between people's test scores and how physically attractive other people rate them to be. It is said that people with higher test scores were found to be the ones most attractive. They dress nicer and well-groomed. So if everyone in the world had a high IQ like Einstein, we probably would be seeing how people used to dress back in the 40s. Unless, well, like this.
What's the girl to do?
Is there anything I missed? Is there any other ways the world would be if everyone had an IQ as high as Einstein? Well, leave it in the comments below. Thank you, and I will see you again.